Hey everybody, welcome to the Tiny Studio. It's your girl Nail and welcome to Simply Nail's Tiny Studio. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are we going to do today in the Tiny Studio? Well, I know it's been a while since I have invited you into the Tiny Studio, and as you know, life has been what they say, lifing. If you're newly subscribed here to Simply Nail's Tiny Studio channel, then I want to let you know that for the past year, and it will be a year, I think it's a year this week, my husband, a year ago, my husband was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. So for the past year, we have been entirely focused on sustaining my husband and helping him battle cancer, breast cancer. So that's what my focus has been on. A lot of things in my world just I had to kind of put on the shelf a little bit, because my primary focus and my main focus was making sure and ensuring that my husband beat this thing. So a lot of things that I wanted to do or that I had in the works, I had to put it on a shelf. But recently we've had wonderful, exciting news, and I'm going to let my husband share that with you here in the Tiny Studio, probably within the next week or so. So he'll get to tell you our exciting news. But in the meantime, I have been trying to get back on track, trying to, it's a slow process trying to get back on track. This has been the first year in maybe about 5 years that I haven't really been focused on my business. And if you didn't already know, the name of my business is called Blue Lotus Hill Designs, where I design jewelry and fiber designs, which is, I am a crocheter. So I specialize in custom scarves, hats, tams, and beautiful shawls and afghans. So for the past year, I haven't really done anything with my business at all. I haven't made any jewelry. I haven't crocheted any new afghans. As a matter of fact, the afghans that I'm working on currently are the same ones I've been working on. I was working on last year. I just put them up on the shelf and I couldn't think about it. All I could do was just look at them. But that doesn't mean that my crochet hook stayed idle or anything, because during that time period, I also crocheted a blanket for my husband for him to take to chemo. So that was a project that I worked on, and I believe that I finished up a couple of projects that were commission projects. So I finished those and sent those off, and I still have an afghan that has to be mailed off this week. But in the meantime, I haven't really done anything. I haven't been yarn shopping in a while, and I really want to get back to that. So it's a process. It's a slow process. I'm slowly getting back to, what makes me tick here in the Tiny Studio. Maybe a couple of days ago, I pulled out my jewelry toolbox, and I made a couple of bracelets that I gave away to my children. But I'm slowly reactivating, I'm slowly thinking about other things, which is great. It just shows that certain things, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light, and I can see it. I couldn't see it this time last year. I couldn't see it at the beginning of this year. I couldn't see it, but I do see the light. And it's been a very, very hectic, stressful year, but we are coming out on the other side. So happy about that. Now, I'm going to show you a few things today in the tiny studio. And one of those things I'm going to show you. Oh, as you know, if you're new to the channel, I talk about 3 things in the tiny studio. I talk about crochet. There are lots of videos featuring me crocheting called Crocheting with Nail. And I'm going to start another series of Crocheting with Nail where I will be teaching you the basics of crocheting, and they will be beginner crocheting videos. So I figured out how to film that, and I will be working on those videos very soon. So you can expect to see that here in the tiny studio on Simply Nails Tiny Studio. Another thing that I wanted to ask you about, and I think that I'm going to put it up on the community page. For a while, I was reading from Prince Harry's book called Spare, and I had to stop reading from Spare for a while because of my husband's situation. But I recently acquired Jada Pinkett's book, memoir called Worthy, and then my daughter has Britney Spears' memoir called what was the name of that book? I forget. But I was thinking about reading one or both of those books here in the tiny studio, and this will be for my crochet, my maker audience. Sometimes when you're crocheting or you're knitting or you're doing whatever, you're crafting, and you need some you need just a little bit of background stuff going on to help you, to entertain you while you are busy crocheting, knitting, whatever crafting you may be involved in. And a lot of people love audio, audio books or whatnot. So I was thinking about reading from Worthy or from Britney Spears' book. So what I'll do is on the community page, I'll put a poll up, and you let me know what book you would like for me to read from. Would you like for me to read from Worthy by Jada Pinkett Smith, or would you like for me to read from Britney Spears? I think it's called The Woman in Me or something like that. But let me know, and we'll get started on that as well here in the tiny studio. And I'm trying to think of something else that I wanted to tell you guys, but I also want to say thank you. We've reached 1,000 subscribers, and I am just really, really excited and happy about that. Thank you so much for supporting Simply Nails Tiny Studio. I have a dreadlock love video coming up, and I believe that would be posted on Friday, and it's just a video about getting advice from people who where should you pick up advice from when it comes to maintaining your dreadlocks, or if you're curious or you want to start wearing dreads. It's a really good video, so it'll be up I believe Friday. I believe that's when I have it scheduled to post. This on Friday. Also, you can keep up with me in the tiny studio as well on my blog, and my blog is called Nails Tiny Studio, and you can find that on WordPress, and I'll put that link in the description box here on at the end of this video. I'll link that there. So today in the tiny studio, I am going to, I was getting ready to put one of my bags away, and I have been carrying my Prada purse, my Prada bag. I've been carrying that for a month or so, and the reason why I love this bag is because it's easy, it's light, and it just hangs on my shoulder very securely. I've never had any problems with this bag. I've had it for I want to say maybe about 18 years or so. I want to say somewhere in there. It was a gift. And I have several Prada bags, as a matter of fact. But this particular bag, and let me pull that out for you. I have already cleaned her and stuffed her to put her away. But let me show you the bag I'm talking about. And this is from the Prada Nylon bag series. And you know, Prada came back, well, I should say, do I want to use the word reissue? But yes, Prada recently, within the last 2 years, reissued these bags. These are the Prada Nylon bags. And I have two. I'm thinking I do. I have two nylon bags, and this is the largest of the two. And it was given to me as a gift about 18 years ago or so, back in the early 2000s. And this is one of my favorite bags, Prada bags. This is one of my favorite bags, period. And the reason why is because it is so lightweight. As you can see with the nylon, it's so lightweight. Yes, that's a little scuffing there. I'll probably clean that a little later. But leather on the sides. And then, of course, the strap is leather. It's braided leather. And I just, you know, silver buckle. And I really love this bag. And like I said, I love it because it's lightweight, it's sturdy, and I can put anything in it. Let's see. As you can see, it has a back slip pocket, and there's your Prada tab. And this is one of my favorite bags. And like I said, the reason is because, you know, it carries the things that I needed to carry, the essentials, and it's lightweight. It's lightweight, of course, since it's black and it's Prada. It goes with everything. And I can get it up on my shoulder, and it doesn't hurt my shoulder because it's, you know, the strap is wide, and it's just the leather, the type of leather that you know, makes this braided design on the bag. It feels really comfortable, is what I'm saying. It's a really comfortable bag. And I know I've seen in recent years a lot of people, complaining about their Prada nylon bags. A lot of people have said that, you know, a lot of their bags did not make it into, you know, the 2010s, or now that we're in the 2020s, you know, a lot of their bags did not survive it because of the nylon. But for me, I keep my Prada bags in their dust, you know, in their dust jackets, and that's how I protect my my Prada bags. But I am not overly sensitive about any of my handbags. I am pretty rough on them, as I've said before in previous videos. And this particular bag, and all of the Prada bags that I have, I am, you know, basically ridiculous with them. You know, I when I jump into the car or I jump into a truck or what have you, you know, I'm tossing the bag, you know, or I'm tossing it into a cart, or I'm doing something. You know, when I get home, I'm tossing it on the table, or you know, sometimes it's tossed into the tiny studio. So, you know, I really don't baby my bags. However, this bag is, you know, it's got to be about 18, 19 years old, and it has really, for me, it has really did the job that it was meant to do. And the zipper, still in excellent condition. Still in very, very excellent condition. And sometimes when I pull her out, I will wear her for about a month, because it's very, very lightweight. And speaking of lightweight, I was thinking about starting to collect other bags, other Coach bags, and more later or new Coach bags, such as getting into maybe around 2015 to 2020. And I was thinking about really in that era of bags, you know, beginning to collect them. And so I started with the Coach Lindsay bag, and I think that bag was made in 2018. Let me look it up. The Coach Lindsay bag. I liked it. You know, on on paper, it's called the Coach Hampton Lindsay. You know, it seemed right when I looked at it on the internet, and I went to Poshmark or Etsy or eBay, and I really liked the bag, and I thought that perhaps this might be something that I could get into starting to collect. And I'm thinking that Lindsay, Coach Hampton Lindsay, I'm thinking that this particular bag, I'm thinking that it came out in 2018, and if I'm correct, it did. Let me show you a picture of her. So this is the Coach Hampton Lindsay. And so I decided that I wanted to start collecting her. I believe she was made in 2018. I think she had maybe, the first appearance of the Coach Hampton Lindsay came out in 2017, and then you had 2018 and then 2019 of this particular style of bag. And I thought that, okay, I could see myself collecting it. It looks like a really great bag. It seems to be my style. It has compartments. It has brass hardware. I think I can really get into this bag. So I started pricing, you know, the bags, going on Poshmark and Etsy and eBay, and I found a bag, and it had from the pictures, I could tell that it had some things going on with it. And I said, well, you know what, you know, just having marks on the bag and a little scratching here and there, I can fix that. You know, I have the knowledge. So I can fix it. I can rehab it, no problem. And then when I received the bag, and then I started looking at the leather, and I started getting my leather my leather cleaning supplies out, and I started to work on it. You know, that's when I realized that I can't collect these bags, you know, the bags of this era. I can't collect them thinking that I'm going to be able to rehab them, because I'm not. The leather is different. The leather on this Hampton Lindsay bag was much different than my vintage Coach bag, such as my my Patricia or my Janice, or the basic bag. The leather is different. Coach has, they don't really use real nice glove tan leather anymore. That's not what the Coach product, what Coach uses now in the 21st century. I have a couple of Coach bags that are pebbled leather, and but when it comes to glove tan leather, that's all vintage Coach. And so while I was sitting there trying to work on the scratches of this Coach Hampton Lindsay bag, I realized that all of my efforts were definitely in vain, because there was no way that these scratches were going to come out, because it's a different type of leather that was used on that bag. So what I did was I said, well, I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to condition it, and then I'll use it. Right. So of course, when I first conditioned the bag, it looked great, but after a few days, it went back to looking thirsty. So I was like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. That turned me off. And then I decided to just take it out with me. I was planning on traveling with her, but I decided I would test her out and run some errands with her. And after I put everything that I put in all my other bags, as I began to load her up, when I finished loading her up and I carried her to the door, I was like, this bag is heavy. Why is this bag so heavy? The only things I have in this bag are the same things that I put in my other bags, which is, I have 3 Coach cosmetic bags that I put all of my essentials in, plus my wallet. Those were the only things in the bag, and the bag was so darn heavy. I was like, I can't take it. Too heavy for me to carry. I didn't like that. So what I decided to do was to give the bag to my daughter. I said, I can't deal with it. So I had this bag. This is an espresso brown. But as you can see, it's a big bag. It's a very substantial, very big bag. The only thing is, once you start putting things into it, it gets heavy, and then it doesn't have straps that you can put onto your shoulder, and carry it from your shoulder. No, you're just, it's just handles. So let's just say I won't be collecting the Coach Hampton Lindsay bag, and if I do, they will have to be in excellent condition and no scratches, no anything on it. It would have to be practically brand new for me to really start collecting it, because I know, rehabbing it is out of the question. And then I'm still up in the air about whether I want to continue, because then I have a price point. And most Coach Lindsay bags, Hampton Lindsay bags, now are going for $200 to $300. I'm not paying that kind of money. And if you know me, then I have a price point, and my price point usually, well, due to inflation now, my price point is anything under $100. I'll take 90. If you want, if I can make an offer, I will make an offer, but it has to be under $100. I had to increase my my price point because inflation, child, inflation, and I also had to increase my price point because when you're looking at Coach bags today on the pre-loved market, everybody's in on the game. And what's happening is that, well, I shouldn't say in on the game. What I want to say is that there is such a love for pre-loved vintage Coach bags that it is a really, the market is kind of big for it. And what I mean is that it's expensive. If I'm looking for my dream bag, which is the Stewardess, that's on my unicorn list, and I've been looking for a Stewardess bag for a very long time. And the Stewardess bag, as a matter of fact, the Coach Stewardess bag is one of those bags where everyone wants one. So since everyone is on the lookout for one, then the price can go up. It can get very, very steep. So here's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Well, unfortunately, this has someone's name on it, so I don't want to show that one. But the bag I was going to show you was for $800. Here's another Stewardess bag. Oops. And this Stewardess bag, let me see if I can bring it up so you can see it. This one they want $174 for that Stewardess bag. And the Stewardess bag number is 9525. And there are different, I want to say different styles of stewards, of the Stewardess bag. Like here's the one that I'm looking for. This is in mahogany, and this bag is $300. Now, as you know, I'm not trying to spend $300 on a bag that's 50 years old. I'm not trying to spend $800, almost $1,000 for a bag that's almost 50 years old, almost as old as me. Why would I do something like that? But I want one really bad. So I've seen a few on the market that need to be rehabbed. But when you find a Stewardess that's about between $100 and $150, there's something wrong with it. And sometimes what's wrong with it is great. It just cannot be unseen. And a lot of these bags, because of their age, they have extensive water damage. They may have some type of ink damage. It's something going on with the exterior and the interior that cannot be fixed. Sometimes the seams are coming apart. The belt is tattered. It's so many things that are wrong, that, or I should say, just extensive wear and tear is what's taking place on some of the Stewardess bags that I have seen that may be in my price range, that I feel that, you know, no, because I don't think that I can rehab it, and I don't want to spend extra money taking it to someone who can repair it and restore it. I don't want to do that. So I'm constantly on the lookout for a nice, halfway decent Stewardess bag. Now I have my eye on one, and I had requested more pictures from the seller, so I will be checking that today, and if the pictures come back looking okay, I might have a new stewardess bag, but it's not going to be for 200, 700, 1,000 bucks either. And I need to check it out, because if I don't hop on that deal, someone else will. Because someone else will say, hey, this stewardess is in decent condition. I can just, wear it. I could just wear it and go. And it's under, it's under $150. Nothing major is wrong with it. That's a steal. So we will see what happens with that later on, and I'll come back and tell you how that went. So the bag that I am using this week is the Coach Madison Sabrina, and she was first designed and put onto the Coach line or market in 2008. Her name is Madison Art Sabrina. So she has that cool Coach horse and carriage logo thingy that you already know I love, though. I love this. I love that. And she has this leather flap here. She has the C's. She's a canvas or material bag. Part canvas, part leather. And she has the brass hardware, as you can see. She comes with a detachable strap. Oops, here's the strap. And as I said, it's detachable. And I do detach my straps. And that keeps them in excellent condition. She has feet. And this little thing, feet, or it's really a holder for your straps. And you just put your straps in here if you still have your straps on. And let me show you how that works. I've only used the strap holder maybe once or twice. Not a lot. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I have the strap on one side, and I'm going to pull her through. She doesn't want to go. Okay, I'm going to have her twist it up. Then she's strapped in on the other side. You can have it like that, or just press it up. And then, as you see, she has straps on this side. She has a D-ring on both sides. So what you could also do is remove her straps. And then attach the lobster claws to the D-ring. Excuse me. And then you have a different style bag. But for me, I use the straps because I just like having the bag on top of my I like carrying a shoulder bag. And as I said before, the other the Lindsay, the reason why I gave it to my daughter was because, you know, the bag was heavy, and I didn't like that. I don't like a heavy bag. And it's because the bag itself was a heavy bag, and that was the problem. So this canvas material that Coach is using or used for this bag is a light bag. It's light. And so even though I have, you know, I have my wallet, I have a bag where I keep my my inhaler, my machine with my medicine, my, what's it called again? I was gonna say neutralizer, nebulizer. My nebulizer is in there, and then I have and it's deep. Here's my wallet. Here's my nebulizer. Here's one of my Coach cosmetic bags. Here's some wipes. And then I have another bag. I think this bag has my rescue inhaler, some other things in that. I think it has a mask in there. And in this bag I have I really do have cosmetics in this bag. I have perfume. Yep, sure do. What else is in here? Lip gloss, things of that nature. So I carry a lot of things, and that's what makes this bag a great bag. As you see, it has the purple lining. My creed is coming apart because it was a really nice foil there, but of course the creed wasn't, the creed itself, the creed patch wasn't made of leather, so of course it has come away from the back of the bag, that pocket back there. But I love the purple lining of the bag, and it carries a lot. As you see, it's a really deep bag. You can carry I could fill it up with more things if I had to, but the essentials are in there. Now, of course, you know I can get my phone in there. So, but this is the bag that I'm carrying this week. It came with, of course, 2 hang tags, but I added the Coach brass tag. But it came with these 2 Coach hang tags. So this is the Coach Op Art Madison Sabrina bag, and this is my bag of the week. I think that you can probably find this bag on, you could probably find that bag on eBay, Poshmark. Let me see if I can find it. And it should be, if you like the bag, you're interested in this bag, you could probably more than likely you can find it on eBay or Poshmark. That's my phone ringing. Excuse me. And let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, let's see. Coach Madison. Sabrina. Here she is. And there are several styles of her. So here she is. You can find her on eBay, and I believe the price, if you like her, you can get her on eBay for $50. Trying to see if there's a strap to her on this bag. Yes, there's a picture of her with her strap. So yeah, you can locate this bag, and someone is selling it right now for $50. Oops, let's see, for $48.99. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If you would like to purchase her on the pre-loved market, that's a really good price. It's not bad at all. But anyhow, I've kept you here a long time, longer than I wanted to keep you. So I thank you so much for hanging out with me in the tiny studio today. It is getting dark, and you know what? This daylight savings thingy, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all, because it is like really getting dark soon, and I'm thinking it's time to go to bed, but it's really not time to go to bed. It's time to cook dinner. So thank you so much for hanging out with me in a tiny studio. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know. We can talk about it down in the comments section. And I will be back in the tiny studio. The times that you will find me in the tiny studio, that I will be accepting visitors or guests, the days are Monday. Well, no, the days are Wednesday and Friday. So always look for videos from me, or look for me being here in the tiny studio on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I am going to get started cooking dinner, because it's getting kind of late, and I kept you guys a little longer than I expected to. And I guess that's because I haven't been in the tiny studio and I haven't talked to you in a long time. So I had a lot to talk about, but I will be back. I think I'm posting a video on Friday, so you'll get a chance to hang out with me again on Friday. And then, as I said before, let me know. Follow me on the community page here, and I will put that poll up about the books. Would you like for me to read to you from Jada's Worthy book, Jada Pinkett Smith's Worthy, or Britney Spears' The Woman in Me? I think that's the name of the book. I'm not sure. I have to get it from my daughter and ask her what, find out what the title is, but I believe it's The Woman in Me. So thank you so much. I'm sorry I kept you here so long, and we will chat again very soon. Bye. Oh, and do not forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you have not already subscribed to Simply Nails Tiny Studio channel, please do. I'll talk to you later. Bye.